I was really pleased with the Spinosaurus Linkgo model that I made recently. So now I'm going to have a go at building Spinosaurus. So it's another Linkgo model. This one has 539 pieces in, and its recommended age range is 14 plus, but I would say that younger children could do this with some adult supervision. So inside the box, let's open this up and see what we've got in here. Let's put the box to one side. So in the pack we have the pieces, the base for the model, and the instructions. So similar to the Velociraptor, we've got the base with a little greenery on the bottom, and then we've got the steps for the instructions. We start off by making the body, and then we'll move on to make the spine. Hit the top it sits on the top of the back of the body, and then the legs and arms are the final things before we place it onto the base. So before I get started, what I always like to do is sort the pieces out first of all. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll be ready to start constructing the model. So now that I've sorted all my pieces out, we can start to make the body of the dinosaur. You'll have to excuse the noise in the background. My tortoises are being really loud today. So I've made the little greenery for the base. I'm just going to put that to one side. I'll show you how the pieces all link together when we do the main body. So you can see we've got the instructions for the body, go from steps 1 through to step 12, just here. Okay, so to make the set, what I find is much easier is to build all the layers first, and then add them to build up the model, rather than trying to put the pieces directly onto the previous layer. I find it's much easier to do that. So you link them together like that through the little teeth, and then pop them on, line them up. It can be a bit tricky until you get the knack of it, like so. Okay, so we'll build this first layer now. And we want 3 of the 3x1 pieces. Like that, and that goes on this side. Yeah. And another 3 rows of the 3x1 pieces, and they will go on that side there. And then we want an L shape on either side here. You can see sometimes they are a little bit tricky to line up. What I find is easier is to turn the layer around. Depending on whether you're left or right-handed, you may find it easier to put the pieces in from the right-hand side or from the left, if you're finding that they're a little bit tricky. That's going to slot into there to complete that little bit there. And then we've got a single one on the end. I personally find the single pieces the trickiest to put in, because they're so small to hold on to. And still be able to see the alignment of the teeth. There we go. And then we need some brown pieces now. So we're going to have there. And that one slots in on 2 sides like that. This then sits in there, again connected on two sides. And then we want another L shape to bring it back in. And finally a 3x1 piece which slots in here. And on that side there we go. Same for this side. Now we build the other side up, so a single piece. They're not always symmetrical on both sides, so you do need to take care. So you'll see in a moment, once I've completed this layer, what I mean by that. And then a 3-piece. There. So you can see the shape's not quite even on both sides, but there's layer 1 completed. So if we come back to our instructions a moment, you'll see here that's the base layer that we've made, and I'm going to go on now and build all of the other layers, and then once that's done, we'll put them all together.
Later.
So as you can see, I've made all of the layers to complete the first section of the body, and now it's time to put them all together. So we've made the main part of his body now. I think he's starting to look really good. Pleased with that. You can see this is the lower part of his mouth through to his tail at the other end there. So what I'm going to do now is make all of the layers for the remaining steps. So that will include the top of his head, his spine that will sit on the top of his back, his arms and his feet, and then we'll put it all together to get our finished model. Okay, so you can see I've made all the layers now for the rest of the head, top of the body, and his feet and legs, arms, sorry. So now all we need to do is put all the layers together in the same way as we did before. So we'll start off with this one here, and this is going to form the top of Spinosaurus' mouth, and that's going to sit in there, so we just need to link that in through there. You can see we've got his mouth now, and I'm going to continue to build all of the other layers up as we did before. And there we have our Spinosaurus. You can see I've put him on the base there. I think he looks really, really cool. Not sure which is my favourite dinosaur, probably the Velociraptor, but Spinosaurus comes a close second, I think. He looks really cool. I love the fact that he's got his green eyes there. You can see we've got some spare pieces left. That's quite usual. You get to get spare pieces in the kit. So just in case you do lose any, you've got some spare ones there so that you can recreate the model. Hope you've enjoyed this, and hopefully my grandson will be with me, Jaden, to do some filming in the future. Take care.